Just text, I know it's a toss up, but I hate the fact that we lost touch. Ayy, the Uber pulling up on call. Tell me, is you trying?
Oops. Hello. I thought something happened. Here we go. Always something at the beginning. Oh my goodness. Welcome. This is Wednesday. It's like I am so happy to be here. I'm trying to see. I'm telling you, since I came on once a week, I'm sorry. I don't know, but that's better. I think I got something on here. But thank you for being here. Hey, Destination. How you doing, girlie? Yeah, I'm starting out a little rough this morning. Hey, Scratch and Pete. How y'all doing? Hey, D. That's my D. And D Doff already been here, girl. I was on, Doff the other morning at 5 something here and stayed on for 2 hours. Okay, Doff Paranormal. She's an amazing supporter. Doff Paranormal. And we kind of think a lot alike on the paranormal stuff. Destination, what you been up to? I haven't talked to you forever. We're gonna have to meet up one day when you come on 4th Street over there to the shopping center. And anybody else sneaked in? Nope, nobody else sneaked in. And trying to go on this other side. I don't know. Do I look fuzzy to y'all? I hope I look all right. Do I look fuzzy to y'all? I don't know. It's like all of a sudden. Do I look all right on there? I don't know. It's like all of a sudden. Hey, Bud Files. Destination. Do I look fuzzy to you? I don't know. For some reason, just my cord pulled out and everything looked like it went a mess. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much. And everybody that hit the hashtag replay. Thank you. See, I miss you from asking. Let me tell y'all a little bit about Destination. We're going to talk about depression, but Destination, I know if I ask her something and she is on Instagram, I'm going to get an answer immediately. And Pete, if I know if I got a problem, I'm going to Pete, okay? If you have a problem, go to Pete because he's going to answer it, okay? And but Destination's there. Bud Files, I seen them last night on Halloween. They were all dressed up. My little Angie baby, she was all dressed up. And I never got to see Mommy though. I seen the kids, I seen Daddy, but I know Mommy was holding. Thank you, Dee. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for being here. And how we got on this topic is really from last week. But also I got in my description at Beauty and the Beast journey because they discussed it. And that's what got me really thinking, to get on this topic again about that. But you know what I think what happened, D? I went to do hairspray because my hair kept falling in my face. It better stay there now. And I think when I came on the computer and I touched it on my end, that's why it looks that way. Y'all men just don't know. Y'all got it easy. Okay, let's see. That's what I think. Something happened. Let's see. If I unplug it. Okay, that should be better. That's better. Isn't it better? I think because, let me know, Destination. Let me go over here. No, what happened? It's like on this side, I can see it. It's like I'm going, let me come back in. Poor me. Seems like when I come, is it still doing the Destination? I'm going to go out and come back. What about now? It looks better. It looks better. Okay. It looks better. But it is like it's going in and out. I'd have to do this. Okay, I'm gonna go out. Yeah, it is better, but I'm gonna go out and come back in. Okay. I don't know. But anyway, it was like perfect. And then the wire pulled out from the wall. And I can kind of tell when I go, okay, it is better. Okay. Get yourself back over here, girl. I pulled the wire out and everything went kaput. So I just left it out. But anyway, hey Elliot. Oh, I love them people about my age when we talking about depression, child. This involves, I'm smiling, but this is a subject I don't think I really have to research much. I really don't, because you'll find out it's something that I kind of live with all my life. And also, before I start, I just want to say, don't ever give up. You know, if you are suffering from depression or if you're down, don't ever give up. And if your family can't help you and they never suffered depression before because they don't understand, then that's when you need to get help and reach out to other people. But I always say, always dust yourself off and get right back up. That's what I say. Okay. But again, I am so happy to be here today and coming in once a week. And also being around on Miss T's show. I've been looking at her show and a couple of other people lives and going in and out. And there is OG Brand, my son. And I'm hoping, I meant to send something to Roro, and I did send something to Erie Frog on those two. But I'm hoping that Roro's feeling good this morning, that she can stop by. And I know if not, hey, MLY official, Jamie is here, official. I don't know. I don't know if I need to be doing that to Jamie because she ain't behaving on Saturday night. If y'all want to have fun, y'all want a little entertainment on Saturday night, okay. Swoop, swoop, swoop. There it is. MLY, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much. But again, Robin, where you been, Robin? I be calling out Robin's name and she ain't even here. Robin, Roro, Jamie, everybody that's here. Thanks so much for coming in this morning, Robin. Thank you. Because I only go on once a week now, Robin, and then I'm working more on my vlogging, and I got a new intro that's going to come out in 2 weeks. But the people that are a member of my channel, they got to see it yesterday, I believe. So I'm proud of that. I worked hard on that. And Trisha Natural seen it because I wanted someone to see it that was a tad bit younger than me. So, but I'm so happy about that. So that's going to go up in about 2 weeks, my new intro. But what I want to start about with this depression thing, and don't forget, thumbs up to help me grow, share me out. Oh, it's a ton of people shared me out. I should have wrote down the names, but they're on my ticker tape. Oh no, I am so sorry, Robin. Oh, I can understand that. But who shared me out was Heather, Chronic Condition Crafting. That's Heather's channel. Buddha shares me out 3 and 4 times. Jay Jordan shared me out. VS Speaks Royally. And thank y'all so much. But Robin, I do understand, and I am so sorry that someone passed in your family. I do know, about that, if I don't know nothing anything else. But one thing I want to start with living with depression. people that are depressed, they put on a mask. And I can say we are really good with putting on masks. I can really feel down. I do that less now because I'm a little bit more honest. Is I can be down in the dump and I could just bring that smile right on up if I need it. And that's why I always say I should have been a politician wife. Because I can really put on a mask. And honestly, most people that you meet, the majority of people you meet, a lot of times they are putting on a mask. And I'm here to tell you, I've done it many a times all through my life. Okay. But I always say, you know how I talk about parts of your life, how you got the spring of your life when you're just bubbly and growing. You're from a child to a teenager to 18 or 19. And usually about that college age, that's when that depression, if you got like real depression, seem like you could suffer it all your life. But a lot of people kind of do it when that transition in their lives, when they're going from home to college. And I think, I don't remember the movie, but Diana Ross played in a movie years ago where she was bipolar. And it really didn't show up until she went to college. And that is an amazing movie. It came out years ago, but she acted in that movie, but it is so close to the truth of living with depression. I wasn't bipolar, praise God, I'm telling you, but I'm going to talk a little bit about someone in my family that was. Anak, welcome. Thank you so much for being here and for that thumbs up. Thank you so much because that helps me grow. I'm telling you. And another thing is we get into our summer of our lives. And that's the time when I say we're so busy. We are so busy at that time. And that's when the time I think I suffered more, especially when I lost my mom. But there were signs before that, I wouldn't have the energy. And I noticed someone else in my family the same way. But what they're saying is, like they're normal. But it was like, how do people have all that energy? And I mean, I was in my 20s, and I don't have it. I used to look at people like, and I really didn't put two and two, but I had been around that because my sister, she had it all her life. She was bipolar. And it really got really bad around that college age time, but she had it all her life. And as a child, I always noticed it. Jamie has said, I fight with depression, anxiety every day. Yes, Jamie, I'm telling you, that's something that people don't like to really talk about. They really don't. And I have at Beauty and the Beast, I put them in my description because she was talking about how I guess she really didn't want to share it, but the reason I bring them up is that Beauty and the Beast journey, I think, but it's in my description, is her husband, who I thought was amazing because he said, if you tell your story, do you realize how many people you can help? And I usually don't, write on their comments. I don't think I might have not even, I had to be subscribed for it to pop up. And I wrote her a long comment on that. And, and I was telling her, I am so grateful even to her husband to say that will help other people. And look at me, I'm talking about it this morning, So, and this came about too, because we talked about last week, living your life with intent. Okay, so that's another thing. Frosty the Gamer, hi. And I got Anak, Frosty, Hello, my friend. And I got everybody making sure. Yes, Jamie, and it's so many of us that suffer with depression. And I say in the sum of our lives, and Jamie is kind of still in the sum of her life because she still have. I don't know what happened. It's clear. I don't know. Oh. I don't know if something happened when my cord pulled out. I don't think that even helped. It's still doing it. Maybe, it might be the sunlight. Ah! Let's see. That's what it was, the sunlight. I should be really clear now. Not on that side. Is it better? On my side, it is. Oh. Okay. So that was the sun. Okay. But like I say with Jamia, hey Tuber Chat, how you doing? He's a great help too on YouTube. But the summertime of your life is when you're raising your children. You got all those bills. Thank you so much, Destination. Y'all help me so much. Controversial cruising. Hey, baby boy. Baby boy is back. Okay, I got all my friends here. The jury spot, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you. Oh, I got everybody in the house. But going back, talking about depression is it's just when, like I say, when the summer months is what I call the summer of your life, is when you're raising kids, you got the bills, you ain't got enough money, everything's going wrong. Around the summertime in my life, just before the fall, I lost my mom. So I did go into a deep depression. Okay, so we're going to talk about that later on, but that was the deepest depression that you can go into. And if anybody, some people suffer light depressions where the day or two they feel better. But when you're in this hole, and you can't climb out of it, we're going to talk about that. We're really going to talk about that. And especially family members that do not understand. They don't understand. They think you're playing around. They think you can pull yourself up. I know one girl, a friend of mine, associate, said with her sister, she really thought for years that her sister could pull herself out. And years later, she said, you know what? I understand now. And it was just, she said she can pray it away. She shouldn't take medication. She was telling her all the stuff that she needed, and that's what happened. Depression. People say, oh, she was talking in her head. I ain't know that something was wrong with her. Oh, she was crying all the time. I ain't know nothing was wrong with her. A lot of people don't see the signs. I'm telling you. Well, thank you, OG. He always make me feel good. Always. He always make me feel good. So after the kids are grown, I call that the fall in our life, is we're in the next part of our life where a lot of parents, the kids are leaving the house, they're getting depressed because they have that empty nest syndrome. And a lot of time marriages fall apart because a lot of people are starting to retire and they're not used to being around each other a lot. There's just so much going on, even in the fall, and then in the winter of my life, the age I'm at in my 60s, 68, and I'm at the winter. So a lot of times by that time, if you really got really good help and you really got great counseling and you got the tools to handle it, you do pretty good. But you have moments that you're going to fall back in it. You're going to fall back in it. I'm telling you, you think it's gone, but then it comes back. And we're going to talk about that. And I also, in my mind right now, I want to talk about social media because, and I talked about this last week. Robin talking about, Lord have mercy. You're in the best time of your life, Robin. Oh, we're going to talk about that. You're in the best time of your life. You just don't know it yet. But I want to talk about social media because social media. Hey, Auntie Ann, how you doing? I'm so happy you showed up today. Rooted. Did you get my Instagram message? I sent him a long message this morning. I be moving. I was up at what, 5 o'clock? Yeah, and I had to clean the bathroom, did the shower. I am getting there. And Robin said blessed, but yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I don't look like this all the time. But I can say I am at a good place in my life right now because I would say the ones on here knew the struggle. Jamie, I about ran her crazy. Warm Strong, I ran him crazy. So many people that are Eerie Frog, I could talk to him. And I said, Eerie Frog is a great person to talk one-on-one. He really is when I can get him now. But Auntie Ann is here. Thank you so much, Robin. I love this winter of my life. And I'm telling you, people talk about growing. Oh my God, I'm telling you. And I'm hoping that I can get famous official oils to come in because with healthy living, more on the healthy living side. We're going to talk about the oils too because I do use oils. If you go through my house, I have a diffuser in every room, a huge one in my bedroom, and just smelling the aroma therapy. I love rose. But anyway, let's get back to okay, thank you so much. And that's what I know, he goes to work around this time. So I don't know if it's even going to be possible next week. But thank you so much, Famous, for, listening. But I want to, again, talk about, okay, Rooted, I got you. But I want to talk about social media where a lot of people say, you spend too much time on social media. And it could really bring negativity in your life, but it did the opposite for me. It really made me think about a lot. And that's a great thing, to keep that mind, to keep rolling. And I always was a reader too. But I would say with social media, the first 2 years, I'm going into the third year now, barely going into the third. It was very hard for me. And I think it really put me into a depression. I got tired. I was broken, really. And once I got monetized, because that was a lot, y'all. And I hadn't really cleaned the house. And to me, the house, it don't have to be not clean, but unorganized, junk everywhere, So that gets to me. So I'm back to a good season. I call it a good season is, getting the house organized, cleaning the house. But at a certain time, I got really low. And that was up to my monetization. Then I kind of took a break and then I kind of start coming back. But YouTube is a great help if you get to the right lives where you don't get to the, the crazy ones. The crazy ones might help you, it might bring some life back into you. But trying to see if anybody wrote anything else on that. But yeah, it can, social media, it can be, but I know how to cut it off now. I don't really do Facebook. I used to do Facebook all day long before I got into being a YouTube creator. And now I just post my whatever I'm going to put up, my vlogs or my lives, and that's it. And really, I have family in Melbourne, but now they know to come over to Instagram, and you can catch me there, is where you can catch me at. And that's another thing too I found out with depression is kids, families not talking to each other. And that didn't used to be as much, but more now, like my son stayed 10,000 miles away. My other son stayed about 4 hours away. Um and did I say 10 hours? He stayed 10,000 miles. I hope I said 10,000 miles away. And that could be another problem where family members don't chat. I know I have that in my family. And sometimes it's not even an argument. And it's just something happens, in that. D says, I never been on Facebook. Yep. No. But you know what, D? It's nothing wrong with Facebook. It's how you utilize it. It's a great, I used to use, what was before Facebook? I'm trying to think the other one, but I used to utilize that. And then Facebook, MySpace. Yeah, I used to love MySpace because I could decorate, you could decorate your page and stuff. That's what I didn't like about Facebook, because with MySpace, you could decorate your page and stuff, and I liked that. But Robin says, but I enjoyed my Instagram. Yeah, and Twitter. And sometimes you get stuck on that with them little shorts on there. Oh, yeah, destination, MySpace. Girl, I used to love MySpace. They took my page away, and that's how I learned a lot about how to do stuff on my cutting and pasting and all that stuff. I learned a lot on that. But we've talked about, the spring, the summer, the fall, all those different things that go through your life. And like I say, most of you, some are in the summer, some are in the fall. And, if you're about 35, you're definitely in the summer. So Scott, he's 35. I always get to him because I know what his age is. So he's like really busy and having fun at this time of your life. But you kind of know if something's kind of off around that time. And I knew, like I said, I didn't have the energy. And I'm going to say again, I looked at other people and I'm like, where they get all this energy from? Not knowing it really was a sign of depression. And when I lost my mom, I really sunk in. Shoot. And it was in a dark hole. It's like and I don't know anybody in this chat, because it's different from like other depressions. You can just, kind of shake it off after a couple of days and go on. But that was a kind I couldn't crawl out that dark hole. I was in that dark hole about 2 times, and I don't want to ever go in that dark hole again. And the first time was with my mom. I used to sit in the bed and eat a gallon of ice cream just until my stomach would hurt, literally. And what got me there was I was talking to my friend one Sunday, because I would say to myself before, let me back up. I would say, I'm going to sleep for a while. And I know when I wake up, I'm going to feel better. Then you wake up and then you don't feel better. And I know this was around the time I was dating my husband. So I probably was putting on a lot of masks at that time, because I'm still good at that. And most people that suffer with depression are good about that. And it's people that smile all the time in behind them glasses. Okay, like me, but I'm like this, I would say now, about 99% of the time. I'm at a good space right now. But I would say, some months ago I wasn't, so I'm hoping that the next time I can catch myself, because you can feel yourself going, but sometimes you can't catch it. But anyway, I was talking to my best friend. This was like years ago. And she said, I guess she was listening to me because I started distancing myself. I never was the S word, never that. I can't say that. I was never that word because I don't want to trigger anybody, but I was never that. But I was deep in the dark hole. And she told me, oh, you need to get to a doctor. That was her first. She was like, oh no. So I did end up going that Monday. I know that day because we talked on that Sunday. And that's when I started getting help. I didn't get counseling at that time. I think he put me on medication at that time. And we're going to talk a little bit about that because you can go on a medication that can cause so many side effects, gaining weight, sexual dysfunction, dry mouth, nausea. It can cause so many things until you find the right one. So if you try the first medication your doctor give to you and it don't work, because I've heard people say that, then go back and try again. And you may not have to get to medication. Some people say about using natural remedies. I've tried that. It didn't work. Okay. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Hey, cool gamer, how you doing? Let me go down the chat to make sure that I'm not missing anybody. Antone is here. Remember Black? Yes, remember Black Planet? My brother met us. Yep, I know a couple of people that got married. Yeah, on Black Planet. Yep, sure did. I think my son, his first wife, they met on Black Planet. I'm pretty sure. This supposed to be fun. What, life? Life is fun. But I think that sometimes we try, hey, Shantaran, we try to hide it. We try to hide it. Hey, Shantaran. Betty knows I'm 35 and I'm always get it for that. Yeah, I have to use you because honestly, 35 was really good for me. I think that's when, like they say, the last of your brain, the decision making is about 35 years old. Okay, so decision making, that's where we make those bad decisions because the last of that brain is not there. Trying to see if anybody else is saying anything. Go on down here. Cool Gamer is with me. Haven't seen Cool Gamer for a while. Thanks for being here. But and a lot of people still don't like to talk about depression. People will say, let dead dogs lie. Why are you telling people about your life? Because it's my life and I can tell it. That's why. But I don't know if anybody want to say if they suffer with depression or not. I know Jamie says she does, and with anxiety. I think at first I didn't suffer with the anxiety. I think more as I got older, I suffered with depression and anxiety. Or what's that thing when you wake up and you're all out of sorts? Ooh, I can't think of the name because I started that about a year or two ago. Ooh, I'm trying to think what it is. Anxiety. I know it's a part of anxiety, but they got a word for it where you wake up and you're just all over the place. But I did start that for some reason. I don't know. I don't have them that much, but that's where you wake up and your heart is racing and you're just all over the place. I'll think of the word later on. But there is so many different kinds of depression. So many different kinds of depression. They're seasonal, where some people just get down in the dumps in the winter. I know I worked with a boss for about 13 years, and she said she could always tell the difference in me in the wintertime. So people are always watching. Who was it? Destination Fun. She said she could tell because you could tell in my eyes a lot of time. And that's why I say I can mask it. I can mask it pretty good if you don't know me. And that's why I say when I'm upset or I'm down, I tend to pull away. I'm not very pleasant. I'm not a very pleasant, depressed person at all. Okay. I'm not very pleasant. So the seasonals, people can kind of go through that either with counseling, getting the right tools, medication, and try other stuff. Some people can do it without meds. Some people, they don't go into that dark hole and you can't crawl out by yourself. Okay. And I have a lot of tools now, and I have not been in that hole forever and don't want to go back in that deep, dark hole. And sometimes it's hereditary. I think in my family, I know it's hereditary. It is hereditary. Okay. My sister was bipolar. I'm not going to talk about the other people, but I would think it started in my 20s after I had my boys. I would say, you know how you just don't have the energy, you're dragging, but you can continue on. And it got really bad when my mom died in my late 30s. It got awful. Face broke. Oh, it was a mess. I was over 215 pounds. I gained so much weight after she passed. Okay. So that's one thing I know, that it does run in families. You remember years ago when I was a little girl, how they'll say, don't go around that person. It was either one or two things. They were either mentally ill or they were a sexual predator or something. Even if in the family, don't go around Uncle Joe over there. You make sure you stay from Uncle Joe. They wouldn't tell you exactly what it was, but to stay clear of Uncle Joe. Okay. And I don't know if any of you remember that, because families hid a lot. And that's how stuff cycled through the families, because that one member that was abusing the family member, everybody was keeping their mouth shut. And then they find out, oh, he did that to you. Oh, he did it to me. He did that to you. He did it to me. So a lot of families keep, their mouth shut on a lot of stuff. And that's why I say, depression, mental illness, call it whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. And at least it's not a death sentence. You know what I mean? It's not a death sentence unless it gets, really bad. And like I say, I'm not going to use the S word, but like I said, I never was to that point of saying that I didn't want to, really live anymore. I really didn't. I always loved life, but something just chemical imbalance was going on in me. Okay. And like I say, this is from my personal, not from reading a book. It's from a personal of my life, of what I went through. And I don't know if anybody want to share, even if you're lightly depressed, how do you handle it? How do you get over it? And another thing, stress can feel like depression. No money. I can remember not even could find a quarter in my pocketbook when my kids were little. The house mortgage, the cars, you got a parent sick, you got a parent, and that's another thing. In the fall of your life and the winter of your life, a lot of times you got your parents you got to take care of. And that is a lot. A friend of mine right now, she has a father and a mom to take care of. Well, two friends of mine, and they're in the winter of their life. And that's tiring. That's depressing. Yes, it's your mom, it's your dad, it's whoever. But even though you love them and take care of them, hey, Granny, even though you love them, being a caregiver, that's a lot. I noticed with caregivers, the person they taking care of look really good, and the caregiver starts looking really tired and haggard out. So that's another thing. And I don't want this to sound like It's a depression. I want it to sound like, hey, a family member of mine might be going through this. Maybe that's why they've been so tired the last time. Or they heard somebody, I even heard family members when something happened really bad to a family member. Oh, they was hearing voices in their head. But they were saying, I didn't notice nothing different about them. I didn't notice nothing different. Somebody talking in their head. And that ain't nothing different about it. Are they looking at the TV? This is just from an example of my sister because she was bipolar. She would be looking at the TV and she say the TV talking to her. You be like, now you ignore stuff like that, which my mom was really good with getting her back to where she needed to be, even though her whole life she was not where she needed to be. And she never had kids. She never got married. But she in the end could basically take care of herself, but when you see family members and they're just saying, you know what, I just can't pull up from whatever going through. Pay attention. I'm telling you, a lot of time family members ignore it. They don't know what you're going through. People come and see you. Were you happy one day? Are you sad one day? Are you mean one day? Are you nasty one day? They don't know you. And that's what I tell people about me. You don't know me. You come in, you think I'm this nasty person. You don't know me. And when you're in depression, I'm telling y'all, you cannot help it. You cannot help it. You can get some help, but it's not something some people can pull out of it and some people can't. Now that I have the tools, I can help myself. And what I try to do is, you can feel it coming. You can feel it. But sometimes you can't get yourself and brace back up. And sometimes I'll sit there and know it's coming and just wallow in it all day. And don't ask me why. I know what it is. Okay? And even if you take medication, that's not going to take you to 100%. It's going to make you feel better. I remember when I was, after the boys were born, after my mom died, because that was the first time I had took medication. And I remember after taking it, but the newer drugs work faster. The old drugs, it took about 2 weeks or longer. 2 weeks, I remember in the car, I was driving, and we talking about years ago. Boys were little. And I was driving. I said, oh, I feel good. I hadn't had that feeling forever. It was like, and it's not, pills don't take you to a high, to a low, whatever. And I still was taking light meds. Okay. Wellbutrin, worked the best for me. It had a lot of the less side effects, no weight gain, no sexual dysfunctions, no dry, all the stuff, the nausea, and most of the people get generic form bupropion, bupropion. But I also went into counseling for a long time and got the tools that I needed, and that really helps. And the last time I went, she was like, okay, Betty, I've given you all the tools that you need. She said, and if you need a refresher, just come back. And I did. That really helped. And I read a lot. My sister sent me books to read. Did I bring it out here? Now, this book right here, I always talk about this. I've been through this book 4 or 5 times. And it's called The Magic. It's really from The Secret, Rhonda Byrne's. It's just daily stuff. But before I say about this book, you have to be in the right place when you get something like this. Because sometimes you could read this and it's not woo, woo, woo. It's just something you do every day. It gives you like little, little things like count your blessings, stuff like that. Every day it gives you stuff to do. And I must have went through this book 5 times. I swear to God. And another friend of mine did the same thing, but you got to be in the same spot. But I call it the magic, another book, because organization and tidiness really helps me. The house being tidy, making sure I'm not missing. Granny, how are you doing today? How are you doing? And like I say, even with at Beauty and the Beast, when she was talking about it, you're fearful because people are going to come back like, "Ooh, she say something wrong with her." Is somebody in your family suffering it? And I'm going to talk about family members too, but the magic help and simple shoe for every day. She helped me a lot because I like my house. It don't have to be, my clean is not everybody else clean. My clean could be I just don't like a lot of clutter. When everything start cluttering up, it does something to me. It's like everything's closing in. So you'll hear me, and even Destination Fun probably hear me all the time, that even when I got up this morning at 5:00, I was cleaning up. Yes, I'm telling you, I have the movie, the DVD. I'm telling you that The Secret, it came out years ago. It helped a lot of people. And then what happens is, this is another thing. You read these things and you do these things and you tend to forget them. But what's nice is you can go right back with it. Okay? Get right back on board when you feel, but you will not get this unless you're at that spot. It's like losing weight. You can keep saying you want to lose weight. It starts here. It don't start in your tummy. It starts in your mind. Mental health, your mind. Mental health, your gut, what you eat. I'm telling you, I could eat ice cream and I don't feel right up here. So it's certain things you can eat, certain aromas and smells. We're mammals. I always say we're mammals, we're animals. I used to talk about that in my childbirth class, because I'm telling you, when you're pushing a baby out or even having a C-section, you're going back to primitive. You're going to protect your young. I'm telling you, we're animals, we're mammals. Aromas, the scent of a baby smelling its mom. It's all in us, y'all. It's all in us. Even when you feel like, I always say, you feel like you don't have the power, you got it. It's here. It's here. But sometimes you got to reach out to others. You really do. Granny says, I'm good today. Yes, I am good today. And I understand that. I am good today. I'm in a good season. Okay, I'm good at this moment. You take one step at a time, one moment at a time, and live your life intentional. The intentional part, I forgot. And we talked about that last week. When I wake up, I'm grateful. I lay in the bed, and that's why I say, if you're in the summertime of your life when you're busy, it don't take that long to be intentional about being grateful for the day. It don't take that long at nighttime when you're outside with the dog and look up in the sky and you see the moon. That's intentional. Is my life good? No, I'm like everybody else. Why do you think I get all this reading material that I read about? Even books that doctors wrote. That's good for me because we're all different. We are all different. But I'm telling y'all, if you're suffering with depression, with some form of mental health, don't hide it. Don't hide it. There were times I didn't want people to know. There was times out there. Oh, another thing too is, because Ruth is in here. Now, this is a great book. This was really a book made for cancer people. But honestly, I don't suffer with cancer. This is a great, I'm telling you, Rooted, this is a great healthy eating book, healthy living book. I've read this and I need to read it again. It is a healthy reading book. Even if you don't suffer with cancer or you got other people in your family, you thinking maybe one day, great book. Talks about stuff in the eating, supplements and stuff. This is a great book. Great book. I'm glad I am a reader, and you just find so many great things. But let's get back to family members. If they never dealt with depression, they don't have no idea. None. It's like, okay, I know how to push a baby out. I know what that pain feels like. This is just an example. My career, that's about all I know. But if somebody has a C-section, which is a cut into their abdomen, I don't know. They could say they hurt the pain. I could say, oh, I understand. I really don't. I know it hurts. But if you push out a baby, oh, I know what you're talking about. So it's like depression. If your family have never dealt with it, a lot of times they can't help you, or you're not in sync. Say if it's a husband and wife and you're not getting along, depression makes it worse, y'all. Okay, because he not understanding or she not understanding what's really going on. You can even explain it to them and they don't understand. I think one time I tried to explain to my husband, he was asking me to do something. But when you're depressed, it's like when you can ask me to do one thing, but it feels like you asking me to do 100. So how I tried to explain it to him was, okay, you're telling me to do one thing, but I feel like you're telling me to do a whole bunch. You get it? So when you're in that state, it's best for a family member, just leave them alone and let them just come back. And honestly, it took my husband a long time. I truly believe he understands now. I truly, truly believe. But one time, I don't think he did. In fact, I know he didn't. Because he never suffers with depression. So I'm telling you, believe people until they give you something not to believe. They're not faking. I could say I wasn't faking. Most of the time, people don't want to live like that. You don't want to have that sadness all the time. But what I'm going to say is, even if you're feeling a little depressed and you can't pull yourself out, go talk to your doctor, go get you some counseling. Most jobs do. Eat better. I need to still eat better. I've been saying that for 2 years, going on 3 years. Okay. But one thing I can say, and I said it last week, YouTube, I hope they ain't helped me too good, that I don't hide when I gain weight. I used to hide when I gain weight. Frosty, it is going great, young man. It is going great. Frosty the Game Slayer, he started a YouTube channel playing games. And he was saying, I had Cool Game in here, and I don't know if Cool Game is here, but being a gamer, it's hard. That's a lot of competition. So my best advice to games, you need to go to a lot of different gaming channels and just see how they do. Thumbs up to help me grow. How y'all doing on them thumbs up now? How we doing? Okay, we got 19. Okay. Because that really helps me since, I come on one day of the week. But I try to see Frosty when he's on different time. I think you were on this morning, but then I was just so busy trying to get ready for this morning. But yeah, the game thing. But if I don't get famous on next week, Rooted, I think we're going to talk a little bit about YouTube again, and because I know that Warmstrong will be back next week, and I think we do good together talking about, because we're kind of on the same wavelength, but we listen to each other. What makes it really nice about each other, we listen to each other. But if it's something I disagree on, then I'm continue doing what I'm doing. Okay. Because he told me a long time ago to go once a week. And I'm like, hey, I want to go once a week. But then in the end, it was like, oh, I was wrong. I'll go back and say, I should have listened to you. Okay. Because like I said, I really want to get back into my blogging. I really do. So what I do now is I got a new intro and an outro, which y'all will see in a couple of weeks. The people that's a member of my channel, they got to see it early. I forgot to do the outro, but they seen it yesterday. And I really like it. I don't know. I think Controversial Cruising, I don't know what he thought about it, but I showed it to them. But I definitely want to talk about that again, because I do. I love talking about YouTube too. Another thing too is but before we go there, let me just say that if you are suffering with depression and you've tried going to the doctor, you tried not taking the medication, you tried not getting the counseling, music helps me. Oh my God, music helps me in the morning. I love this song, Just Stand Up. It's really a cancer song with Beyonce. It's a lot of different people that sing it. Oh my God. I'm going to make sure I put it on my community page. That lifts me out of I'm telling you, music early in the morning or late at night. And then what I do, I put my Alexa, the little dots, I put them in each bathroom. And so I have music even when I'm in the bathroom and sing to it. Music is my savior, y'all. I'm telling you. Let's see what this Miss Buddha talking about. Oh my God, this is the greatest supporter. I tell you, she is a mess. I don't go to doctors or anything. Okay, and you know what, Buddha? That works for you. That works for Buddha. Okay. Now, a lot of things with doctors, I don't do like I used to do, but when I was younger. But, if that works for you, it works for you. Okay. Have but what is it? The 3,000 to 4,000 out. Well, don't ask. She got monetized. That's all that matters. Yay! Yeah, because YouTube just added on other countries. If they got to 3,000, they could get. And Australia was one of those countries. Music, yes. Artwork, yes. Jamia does that. Artwork, she does that. Sketching. Even if you can't draw, you can do that. That helps so much. Thank you, Buddha, for staying in the ass so I can get my couple of cents. And if you want to join my channel, please do. That's gonna help a sister out, But yeah, so, and just know some people do suffer every day of their life. My older sister was one of those, and from the time she was small, my sister took so many meds. I don't even know how she kept up with them, but she ended up getting to a good doctor as she got older, and they got her meds really together. And she really was really good at the end, but she really took them like she should have. I don't know how she kept up with them, God knows, but yeah, she was really, yeah. So I'm trying to go down. Buddha says yes. I want to see some of that art, Buddha. Thank y'all so much for coming in today. Y'all make it so easy for me. And I don't know why I had that blind open. I went through all them changes, and it was the sun coming through the window. Trending paintings. Okay. Yep. Oh yeah, gardening. That's I know it. My husband, the yard. My husband loved doing the yard. I love sitting in the yard. And that's why I want to talk about YouTube next week. because I really was one girl that really chatted a lot about something. Thank you, little felon. That's Buddha too. I'm telling you. Um, let's see, you a lot of money. I don't even work. I wish, but it's so high you should have supporter level. You a lot of money a month. Yeah, I don't even work. I wish, but it's so high you should have. Um, okay, Buddha, we're gonna talk about that next week too, because I was in Miss T, and I understand when people say that they can't afford a certain amount, and you know what, Buddha, you think I still want you to come. You know, there are certain people that can't afford it. And I do understand what you're saying. I honestly do. And most people levels, I do start at the bottom. You know, even if it's $4.99 or $5.99, you know? So I do understand. And that's why I want to talk about it next week, about people that's getting monetized. And I want to talk about that the monetization. And then you got to think YouTube takes 30% of that, you know? So, and then membership is really helping you buy the tools that you need, update even the computer, your microphone, the work that goes into it, but I do understand what you're saying, Buddha. And I guess another way to look at it is, you know how, and I explained this on Miss T because I was on Miss T the other day. Say if, okay, I'll give you an example of when I was doing the business that I did with the pregnant women. Okay, I was a labor supporter, is what I was, and I went to every doctor's appointment that you had. I stayed into the late with your labor until you had the baby, even if it was 4 days. I did not leave. Okay. Now, other women did the same thing. However, they charged 300 and something. I charged 800 and something. I can say that now because I don't do it now. But people told me I was not going to get that amount. But Buddha, I thought I was worth that amount. And you know what, Buddha? I got it. Buddha, I'm gonna be honest. I made 8,000 in one day. 8 grand. Eight. Okay. So what I'm saying is, I understand. I even heard Jay Jordan when he talked about it, how a lot of people couldn't afford it. But there are people that can, and that don't make anybody any less, because I want everybody who don't even become a member to continue coming, because everybody in this community is here for the support and the help. Okay. So let me go back up here, make sure I didn't miss. Thanks for looking at those ads. Thumbs up, always help. I always be here. I don't do this. Don't even get paid by YouTube. 5 months, even I need to wait after making 600. Can't make no more, else my disability gets in trouble and I can't lose. Because, yeah, and I just, you know what? I understand that. I do. I understand that. A lot of us are on set incomes where we can only make a certain amount. If you're on Social Security, but when you turn 70, you can make as much money as you want. But I understand that concept of it. And I think, but with Social Security, I think it's 20 some thousand. You can make fairly amount. I don't know about disability. I don't know about that. Okay. But you will get that amount. Yes. And another thing, we're all different with being a member. And I say this all the time, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. When I become a member of someone's channel, and I'm not a member to a lot of people, I probably got one finger left on this hand. I'm trying to think. 3, I think 3. Because we say when people come, okay, Buddha, when you first came, you was a stranger to me. You only knew me from Swoop Them. Now you come over, you're a subscriber like most people in here. Then people become fans. Fans usually don't leave you. Okay. I know I give to somebody and I don't have go to their channel. And I know a couple of people give to me and they don't really come to my channel. Okay. They just want to give me the support. Now, as a member of those people channels that I pay my money to, they don't have to do anything for me. But that's me. I don't need a perk. I don't need that. I need, because I did it from the bottom of my heart, I don't need that. Now, if my money get tight and I can't afford it, guess what? I'm going to do like everybody else. But I don't see that at this time. But and another thing, I don't expect anybody, just because I'm a member of your channel, to come and and you come back and I don't expect that. And nobody else should, but some people do. I was surprised about that. That if they come and be a member of your channel, they want you to become a member. And I personally don't think it should be like that. I really don't. Okay. That doggone. I tell you, they told me 600 is cut off and can't go over. Okay. See, I don't have disability. Okay. Social Security is a lot more. I do know that. But once you turn 70, you can make as much money as you want. I do know that. I don't know if that's changed, but I do know that, was it. Hey, Frosty Hearted. In ass. I tell you, this woman, I'm telling you, Buddha, they say she like me. A lot of times I believe she is. She's just a harder worker than me. But yeah, I do. I strongly believe that, and that's just me. Some people got perks. But I think a lot of times people promise too much and then they can't deliver. You know what I mean? So just promise as much as you can and deliver more. That's what it is. And deliver more. Because I don't expect when people come here to become a member, I would love for whoever can do it from their heart. And if they have the money and it don't hurt them, then, I am fine with that, Oh, she gonna move y'all to North Carolina. I plan on working, but I love to support when I can. Well, when are you moving to North Carolina? And I'm gonna move to I want to go to Gainesville, but my husband don't want to go. I want to go to Gainesville. That's where I want to live. That's my dream. Yeah, I'm just moving right now in remodeling. Oh, okay. Well, can we come visit you, Buddha? Can I come visit? I'll sleep on your floor. I'll sleep on your floor. But I hope I explained that well about the depression and, family members. Please, family members, be supportive. I've lived with that where someone really did not understand it. Just didn't understand it. And people that don't know you come to your home and they don't know. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, she act funny. What's the matter with her? Because that family member have not shared that with you. We tend to hide it, and people say what goes on in the house needs to stay in the house. So, oh, she's gonna be selling her house when I sell this house. Hopefully by mid. Does that affect? Okay, if you sell your house, does that affect your disability? Thank you, everybody that's here. Thumbs up to help me grow. That money you get from your house, does that probably affects I don't have a credit. Oh, that's the best thing, not having a credit card in the sum of my life, especially when the kids were growing up. Oh yeah, that was my way of life. Now I have a credit card and I try my best to pay those off every month. Okay, so I would say my Alta card, because their interest is just too high. I have to pay that off every month. Have to. Because their interest is just, hey, geeky girl. How you doing, baby girl? Geeky girl is in the sum of her life. Okay, she's busy with the kids. Everything's going on. So the people in some of their lives, even her husband, you got to take care of yourself. Thank you, Granny, for staying. You got to take care of yourself. And getting back to that credit card, if that's another thing can cause stress. Credit cards, it's the gratification instantly, but then it's the headache after. Oh, and the holidays coming up too. Christmas presents. Money you ain't got, and you still got to pay the lights, the water, the phone, the mortgage. What's going to happen in January? Nobody got to buy me a Christmas present because I don't really do Christmas, y'all. But nobody have to. So I'm saving y'all money. Don't have to buy me no birthday present. December 10th. But yeah. But yeah, that's another thing to think about. Getting out of debt. Well, if you're not in debt is like slavery, y'all. It's holding you down. Down is what it is. When my kids truthfully turned 18, by the time the last one turned 18, I was in debt, which sounds small now comparable to now, 15 grand. 15 grand. And I paid all that off and never went into that mess again. Okay, so I know. Now that part I know, and people don't like to talk about debt either, too much. I go through it every day on and off, and last couple of days been hard. Well, Buddha, you know what? Feel better. One day at a time, one moment at a time, one step at a time. Sing some music, dance, go out walking, feel some sun on your face. Sun feels good when you're really down. And wake up in the morning and say, this is going to be a good day. I choose happiness. I choose having a great day. I was just listening to somebody the other day on that, talk about that. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Hey, Miss Betty. Geeky girl. Everybody love Geeky girl. Geeky girl. My mom and dad got this house in foreclosure. Paid 180 grand. Oh, and 1.2 million. Okay. All right now. I don't think my house worth no 1.2 million. Christmas is about being with family. And like I say, Buddha, everybody's different. Okay. Being with family, and only family I have is my mother, and I help her pay bills, and we celebrate being together and thankful for another year. I buy her Christmas trees every year. Oh, listen to the daughter. Listen to Buddha. But yeah, everybody's different. And that's what makes the world so unique. We got together, we travel. Hey, Mommy Laney's here. She's here. Seemed like I was going to say something about Mommy Laney. But she says, yeah, over in the Philippines. And what I like about that is, even when we were talking about, me taking my dogs to the vet, and she was like saying, I don't have that money to take them to the vet, that she takes great care of her dogs when they're ill. She tries her best to nurse them back to health. And that's what I'm saying. Each of us are in different places in our lives. Honestly, my liquid income, as I was called it, to spend on Colin, I have to back it up. Because years ago, yeah, it was a lot better. So some things you got to back it up, now, if Colin was a child, I couldn't really back it up, even though I love him to death. Child is a lot different. People say, I know a lot of people don't have kids either. So, yeah. Buddha said, yep, you play your favorite songs. That's what you do. You play your favorite songs. And another analogy I like was about your glass being half full. I like where if your glass is half full, how are you going to help somebody else. How? Until this was this girl, she was on she's a YouTube creator, and she was saying that she make a lot of money. She has a big channel, but her money gets tight too, and her family members keep coming at her, and she keep giving them money, even though it's hurting her. So somebody told her, if and it made so much sense to me, if your glass is half full, how are you gonna help somebody else? How, if it's gonna hurt you? So what she said, because she knew her family members, she said, so family members, I'm telling you, I'm gonna start saying no. So how are you gonna help? Say with Geeky Girl, she is so busy with her family. How's she gonna help another family if she using all her juices on her family, her husband, her family, her mama, daddy? How? You know? D says, think positive. Why I try, but things just seem to all build. Yes, and that's life. You can feel that building. That's what I just said. Sometimes I'll catch it. Sometimes I'll sit and I'll just wallow in it. You know, I don't know why. Can't answer you why. And then the next day I try to get at it as best as I can. But things are getting better one day at a time. I say one moment at a time. Let me keep going. And Miss Laney is here. And you don't know, different people go through different things. Mommy Laney, she has a special needs child. Special needs children, they're lots of work. It's like taking care of older parents. It's lots of work. I know there are people that have 2 special needs children of their own. So they got double of what Mama Laney got. But who knows? Those one with the 2 kids might can take care of that stress better than Mommy Laney one. So you just never know. We're all different. Geeky Girl said those that have depression, okay, I know what she's saying. Those that have depression, how can others help? By acknowledging, by acknowledging, I'm going to say with family, that is real. That is not something that you can pull yourself out of. Anybody else can come up with, I know it's others in the group. How, if you're in depression, how can others help you? That is a great question. And not by ignoring you. If you're crying all the time, they just, oh, she just do that all the time. You know, are you hearing voices? Are they saying the TV talking at them? Are you depressed? You're dragging. I mean, you be in slow motion. Are you eating all the time and you can't stop? That's a sign of depression, right? You know, so you just don't want anybody to ignore you and make you feel like out of sorts. And that's why I say, Geeky Girl, sometimes you could be in a marriage and it's not like a good marriage, or that person is just so busy. Let's put it that way. And they see it, but they don't want to acknowledge it. Or really, they think that you can pull yourself out of it after a couple of days. You can't really help them if they let you. Yeah, that's enough. Thank you. That's why I like other people saying stuff. That is so true. Because sometimes you could bring it up to them and they'll say, it's not me. I've had that family-wise. No, that ain't what's happening to me. She is so right. And that's why I say, even in different books that I put up here, I always say you got to be in the right space. Say when I was in that deep, dark hole and my friend talked to me and said, you need to go see a doctor, I might not have been in that space. It just so happened I had suffered long enough. It was time to get help. Thank you so much, Buddha. That was amazing. And thanks for the great question. Yeah. Mama Laney says, I've been through to depression. It's difficult when no one is around. Yes, when you don't have someone to talk to, or even in your household, Mama Laney, if that person really has never suffered depression and they really don't acknowledge it, you feel awful. Because it feels, people that's supposed to love you and they don't acknowledge your sickness because it's an illness. It's an illness. Or you have family members that say, girl, you can pray it away. You can take a herbal medication. You don't let no people start you on that stuff. And I'm not saying you need meds all the time, just because, some people can be depressed a day or two and they can kick out of it, But sometimes people, sometimes just like, how can I help? Is there something I can help with? I can even remember being so tired and dragged and ask my husband saying, well, can you just wash the dishes? You'd be just so tired. It's not from just physical tiredness. It's just from depression, that chemical imbalance. Buddha says, and I knew I was going to be here a little bit longer today. I did, with this subject, because it's an amazing subject that people really listen to and they kind of hang on to. Those in depression remain in silence. Yes, I used to hide it. You're embarrassed. Your family members are embarrassed of you. Act like that crazy all the time. She ain't that crazy. And just draw music, high vibrations, and exactly what's better saying 1 moment, 1 second, 1 day. They say Mozart music is very good for that too. Those classical music, it helps connection with brain synapses. It helps a connection. So they say even Mozart music is really good. Exactly what's better saying 1 moment, 1 second, 1 day at a time. It's not anyone's fault, because I know at times those. Okay. And Tuba Chat still here. And Buddha say depressed, have anger, and yes, I do that. When I'm depressed, in deep depression, I'm like a nasty drunk. That's what it is. I get nasty, but it hasn't been for a while. Honestly, it has not been. I've had the depression of the tired, just tired, anger, and take it out. Yeah, and you can't help it. That's the whole point. You can't help it. You can't help it. If you haven't been to the doctor, if you haven't went to counseling and have the tools to be able to do it, and even with all of that, you will still fall into it sometimes, and you have to dig it out again. Play music and go watch a movie. Yeah, depends on the movie. Sometimes I can't stand to watch, which is crazy. Say when a movie's going good and then it gets to a part where I know where something's going down, I'll flip the TV. And that's a part of my depression. I can't stand that part. That's a part of my, and I know it. Here I'm, looking at this movie. If it's a good laughy movie, oh yeah, we're fine. But if I'm looking at a movie and we're getting to a bad place, it's like, click, and I miss the rest of the movie. She said not only anxiety, but not only, and anxiety. And see, I didn't used to, it's not night terrors. It's something else. I can't, and watch as soon as I remember, but it's when you wake up and you're all out of sorts, your heart is racing. I can't remember, but I suffered that a couple of times this year, and I've never suffered that before. D said, I used to eat, but now I don't have an appetite. Okay. Well, that's not good either, is it? I understand what you're saying. Is maybe it's normal now? Is that what you're saying? Because I know, like now, how I feel good. Oh yeah, my appetite's down. Oh yeah. But if I'm stressed, oh yeah, some food coming in, some sweet food coming in. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yep, just speaking facts. She's talking about her dogs, my 2 dogs that help me because my husband, see, her husband's all at work. At work, somebody's got to work in the family. Then she's got the special needs daughter, there. And, all of us go through a lot, y'all. We all, like I said, we're in different phases of our life where, and yep, and like she says, I can't talk to my daughter because she don't understand me. And just think, Mama Laney, she feels you though. You think she don't, but she feels when mommy's upset. When mommy, we're animals, we're mammals. Even though she's special needs, Down syndrome. Oh yeah, she feels it. She feels it. But just think, if you have family members that's not special needs and they don't understand you. I went through that for some years, and I mean years. Okay. And Buddha says, I don't have no one to talk to and just listen to music. I do have people to talk to. I think that's a good thing. Or even if you don't have anybody to talk to, I said, go to a coffee shop. There's always somebody to talk to that if you go and frequent it, just get cheap coffee. Even if you go to Starbucks, I don't buy their expensive coffee all the time. I'll just get a black coffee and go and sit down. And if it don't taste that good, guess what? I take it home and add the cream as sweetener when I get home. You will meet amazing people at the coffee shop, at the mall, wherever you frequent regularly. People get to know you. They get to know. They'll say, "Oh, I don't remember your name, but I remember you." Okay, so there's always, and to me, Buddha, you're a people person from what I can see. And draw and dance. My mom works. Oh, your mom works too. I didn't know your mom works 15 hours a day, so hardly see her. So I just deal with it on my own and get through by music, drawing, and so forth. Okay, and it's hard, but sometimes people can't control it and take their lives. And my ex did. They took their, okay, I kind of didn't want, because I didn't want to trigger anybody. I understand what you're saying, but I kind of didn't want to bring up the trigger word in here. But I appreciate you bringing that up. And I was saying I never got to that point. Thank God. Thank God. When I was in that deep, dark place. Because that's what it is. It's a deep, dark place. Very true. You can't help it. I know, like, and I know you just want to be like, why? Why did I do that? And you can only apologize so much till they don't believe you anymore. Just want to be left alone. Yep. And watch. I won't even pick up. And when I find myself, like the phone ring, like I don't feel like talking, then I have to catch myself, because then I know where I'm taking myself. Be left alone. I just want to watch. It's complicated. Funny movies, anything happy, uplift me, or draw music. I don't eat if I'm depressed. And I do the opposite. I eat. But another thing was good with going out, you're not isolating yourself. If you find, this is one thing, if you find yourself starting self-isolating, even if I got my husband here, I got my dog here, and I find myself, you can self-isolate even with that in your house. Okay. So I don't tend to do that as much. Everyone is different. I just try to listen, instrumental music. I'm telling y'all, music, piano or the flute, high frequency, and I meditate. Okay. I can't talk strangers. Oh, really? That's my mom. Okay. Okay. And you know what? I forget about that because of my personality. I'm just that outward. I no matter where I go, I'll find a friend. That's just how I've always been. Even in high school, I'll find a friend somewhere. And that's why I say I was always that giggly teenager. I was always that smiley person, you know. But this has been a great conversation today. And I'm just so happy everybody stopped by. But I'm gonna try to get oh God. I'm gonna try to get famous in next week to talk about health. Oh, Trisha Natural. I miss baby girl. How did I miss you, baby girl? That's my buddy. That's the one keep me going. Okay. Thank you so much. And yes, bet I've been in my room since. Oh, she even told no the date. Laugh, but I go on Swoop and yeah, y'all be on there 7 and 8 hours, girl. Ah, and talk to someone here. I'm talking. Thank you so much. I was been betrayed. So it's yes, it's hard for me to trust. It is so hard for me to trust. Um, you're wanted, Betty. This it's a scam call, honey. It's a scam call. Oh, look what I got. Buddha, 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 Buddha. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That melted my heart. Thank you so much. I'm glad because I know. I'm gonna keep grinding. I know, and and Buddha brought up something amazing. I don't trust easy. I but once I trust you, some people say I'm a friend at default because you could do a lot when I really like you, love you. You can do a lot to me before I kind of say, Now, people that I'm not really close to, I can really put the brakes on fast. So I understand that. Yeah, Buddha, me too. Me too. Armstrong got the money, 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 money. And VS, she got the money thing. So that's what my sister said. She said it makes her smile. It really does. Well, all of you did make me smile today, but yeah, I want to try to get famous on next week to talk about, healthy eating because he's at a good age too to talk about it. And also about essential oils because my favorite aroma is rose. I love to say, and it makes me feel so much better. Standing out in the sun makes me feel so much better. But another thing would make me feel so much better if you have a family member stay inside your house or outside your, please, our friend, pay attention to them. Pay attention to them. Okay. And there's Carol right at the end of you're gonna have to hit me hashtag replay. Carol, you need to call me because I think you got a different number. I was trying to call you. Yes, being out in the sun is awesome. Just that sun hitting your face. And I ain't talking about a long time, a minute or two. And it just is something about those. Or you can get the sun lamps. I have those. The little lamps, they're not big, but about this big. Sun therapy lamps, those help a lot. Dee said, let me make sure I didn't skip anybody. I can't wait to start filming her vegetables again. Sorry I was late, so wanted to be here. You're always here. Fireworks, laugh. Yeah, it's like the new year. Yeah, I guess spiritual awakening and ads. I know who that is. And Carol, you need to call me. You really do. And famous, hopefully, if not famous, next week I'm gonna talk a little bit about YouTube again, and I'm hoping my baby brother, B. I know he'll be back from his cruise. I think they were in Jamaica now or Kingston, or somewhere they were. I don't know where they are now, but they went as a group. Um, Spiritual Awakening. Hello, 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 and he'll be back in time for next Wednesday for my show, and because I really want to talk about that because with the vlogging and everything, it's work because um tomorrow I'll be filming all day, but then I have to pre-plan what I'm going to do tomorrow, but it will be stuff that I love to do. It's not going to be a fake. It's not going to be a makeup. You just want to get your camera angles right. That's what I want. And I really found things that I love to do. I really do. I love to vlog. I love my life. I love that because I just talk about life, things that go on in my life, and everybody handle it differently. Okay. And that's one good thing. But just about my vlogging, the pre-day, how, get everything straight. Then tomorrow, as soon as I wake up, I'll start vlogging. Silence is my virtue. Thank you so much. And I hope everybody's thumbs up when they come in. But I have had an amazing morning. I had a hard start from just the blinds. I'm thinking everything is blurring up, but now I know to keep my blinds closed. But last week, I had a lot of hashtag replays after. I think it was like 50 or 60. And also when we did it was the party. Yeah, the tea party. I had a lot. I was really happy about that. And we're gonna do it again the last week, Sunday in the month. So in November. So that's going to be really, I might take off December to give them a little break. So Silence Geeky Girl. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying so hard. And I was telling him Tuesday, I made an intro and an outro. A new one that you won't see into 2 weeks. The people that's a member of my channel, I talked about that earlier. They got to see it already. So I shared that with them. And I just share a little bit of myself with them that y'all don't get to see a lot of times. So I'm starting to do, because that's a lot easier as a perk to be able to do short little videos and stuff and do that. But I'm so grateful to everyone that shared me out. And I'll definitely put you on my ticker tape next week, because that really helps me grow. Because when you don't have a niche, I think about Miss T with the T. I think about her because I don't think she really had a niche. And those are the lives that take a little bit more work to grow. Because like I say, and I'm going to say it again, people come in as strangers. Then they, hey, rock the boat. And then they subscribe. Then they become fans. And then they never leave you. And that's what you want. And be consistent no matter what you do, be it live or be it your vlogging or videos. I just think, lives are great, but I think also videos are just long lasting, so I think, they're just a little bit different. But I thank all of you for being here. Thank you so much. And if you could become a member of my channel, please do. And I got that on my ticker tape, or you could just see the join button, or even Cash App. Who knows? Who does it? Hey, my Vita Loca. I'm telling you, I don't know what I'm going to do with her, but trending live. If y'all have not been to Buddha, no Buddha, she got so many channels. Rock the boat. How's it going? How are you doing? Yeah, it's so many cruises. They're on cruises now. They're going to come back and they're going to have to really work and get those videos together. But okay, everybody, I'm going to get ready to go. And like I say, thumbs up, thumbs up. And again, I am so grateful to all of you. And I'm going to see y'all on these YouTube streets. I'm going to see y'all on this YouTube street. And again, thanks for the super chats. Thanks for everybody that's been here. And if you want to get in touch with me, I'm always, Instagram me. And let me see before I see 6 news. Everybody, okay. I'm a hug Colin. I was just trying to get back to see what I missed a little bit. But Scott, 35 years old. Don't know when you're turning 36, but stay 35 for me for a while. And I'm really messing up over here. But bye-bye, everybody. And I will see y'all on Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, bye-bye.